But yeah, it's been interesting. I haven't ran into another content creator that's doing that. You'll see like little 1, 2, 3 thing, 2Z, 3Z things here, but not like an ongoing
mini series.
A minute long per part. And if you math that out, that's 30 minutes in a month. That's more than a normal episode. And by the end of the year, that's a 12 episode series. That's a whole season if I stuck to it. Right. And I'll stick to it if it gains traction. If it doesn't gain traction, I'll stick to it for as long as I'm still having fun doing it.
Yeah, as long as you're learning.
You know what I mean? So, but I told myself at least do 10. Like,
I like it. It was neat. It was really neat.
Okay.
Like it's really like. I don't think people will assume that it's AI that's doing it. Like they might actually just think that some new series is bleeding out or something like that. Because it's neat. It's unique. And like it has everything that you're looking for if you're looking for like a weird anime to pick up.
Yeah. Yeah, even the plot. I love the plot.
Yeah, it's super funny, dude.
And I like the fact that I didn't know where the series was going when I started making the first prompt. You know what I mean? Like I just maybe last night figured out, it should be like, you know, the antagonist should be somebody who's stealing bees, you know, and then like I didn't figure it out till like today, like it should be like a spin-off of Winnie the Pooh. Like that's perfect because people will just like love the fact.
Yeah, okay, that's really funny. Like I think, yeah, that's really funny, dude. If you had put that description, if like so the antagonist is going to be stealing bees and is a bear, like it's pretty easy to come to the conclusion that he should be, you know, clad in red and be like a golden bear. You know, it's too funny. And calling him Pooch, you know,
what's up, Bezzy?
Is being so close to Winnie the Pooh is
Whammy the Pooch,
and right, and that's the thing. That's the only thing it's missing is like a title in front of it that is like, you know, exactly like what he just described right now. Like not Winnie the Pooh, but Whammy the Pooch, you know, something like that.
And there's still time. Like again, the character hasn't been, and I'll probably steal that, but the character has not been introduced. I had the idea. I made the prompt. I wasted a prompt on the day.
Okay.
So I was like, here's the idea. I don't want to forget it. Like, so boom, there's like, now I have this to go back to whenever I want to introduce it.
Are we live now?
Yeah, we're live.
Hey, what's up, Wadabisi?
Hey,
what's
Bezzy.
up, everybody?
Yeah, you catch the weirdest conversations when you get here early.
And we're doing something a little different today. We're watching the game as we're live. We are not able to meet tomorrow. So
Brian has an important gathering.
Well, I was hoping that you guys would come with me, you know?
I told him I'd go.
Oh, really? Where's it at?
It's here in town. It's at the store.
As soon as you guys said, you know, hey, let's do this and that, I was like, my Friday freed up. And then my buddy was like, drinks at the lodge? And I was like, maybe. So I already kind of committed that direction.
Do that first.
We'll see. We'll see where the time hits.
But you guys both play now, so I was just like,
I play the digital version. Hey, Bezzy, do you like anime? Just a quick question. Do you like anime, Bezzy? But yeah. So
I got a quick question for Bezzy too. We're gonna talk trade or what, dude?
I'm like, oh man, I think I'm
done.
Done.
My trades. He rejected mine.
I think my season's shot.
Him and I could have had one 2 months ago that I think he's happy he didn't take then. So and I'm willing to make him a better offer.
It's hard to trust you two. It is really hard to trust you two.
Why? Honestly, did we not just pull off the rare win-win trade?
For the two of us, it looks that way so far. I mean, one of us will end up a winner at the end, and one of us will be a loser. But who knows?
It depends. It depends on what your definition of winning
it's a fair trade. And honestly, most of the trades that I put out there, like even the ones that I put out there for Ray last week that he hated, you know what I mean? In my head, the way I was thinking of it, I thought it was a pretty fair trade. You know what I mean? But anyway, obviously he didn't. But I try to throw things out there. Of course, it's getting me something that's to my advantage, because otherwise, why would I be trading? You know what I mean? I'm trying to advance my team. But,
I think Kincaid gets hurt.
But if I'm not making their team better, why would they make the trade?
Right, but I mean, it's also, there's something to be said for, like, you can't win every trade. Sometimes you have to
just fill a hole.
Right. Sometimes you just have to make a trade. You know what I mean?
So last week I felt like everything went right, and this week I felt like everything went wrong, man.
Okay.
And you made some like, when I was looking at it, I was like, is Ken like already kind of like, okay, if I stick to this, I'm probably gonna lose. So let me make some ceiling plays. Is kind of what your head was
You
at?
weren't supposed to catch on to that, but yes.
Okay.
I identified some games where it's like, okay, I know they're going to go this way on this game, and this is an opportunity. Like, I feel like this is like, it's not, I don't feel confident that this team is going to win, but this is an opportunity to pick a team here. Yes.
And the Seattle defense paid off
But
big time.
I also picked the 49ers to win last week, and like I knew that was an opportunity to be contrarian, but it wasn't like I was like, yeah, the 49ers are definitely winning today. Like I didn't have those
Yeah.
feelings.
Not only that, but it could have been a very low scoring game with those two teams.
Right.
Yeah. So we got our first question of the night. Bryce is asking us, trade Justin, Jeff, and Kyron for Puka.
Wait.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Trade Justin, Jeff, and Kyron for Puka.
Man, that is crazy. I've heard some crazy Jefferson. He's talking about, he's talking about trade. He's talking about trading.
I've never heard him called JJ, and I've never heard him called. Anyway, okay.
Justin Jefferson and Kyron get Puka. Like I wouldn't do that because Puka just you never know. Like
Well, what's your situation?
He's starting to get hurt
he
more
does.
often than not.
He just randomly gets
Yeah.
hurt. You never know when he might just miss half a game for you. So there's no way that I would do that. And it's like man.
Well, what's
And
your
Stafford's
situation?
starting to
Are
spread the ball
you
more.
leading the league, and you're just looking for people that have good playoff matchups.
Yeah,
Or
I guess
why are you
that's
looking to do
that's
this,
also
you
a
know?
good question. Like there's different answers for whether or not you're talking about two wide receivers, whether it's full PPR, whether you have 10 players in your league or 12. All of those things factor
So more
in.
information from him is his team is Henry, Kyron, Woody, White, Buka, Justin, Jeff, CD, and QJ?
Quinn Johnson.
Igbuka.
Buka,
So,
yeah.
Wow.
Igbuka, Justin Jefferson. Yeah, I wouldn't change anything.
He's got some.
There's
nice-
no. Yeah, I wouldn't give up the depth that you have there to try and like increase your ceiling slightly, because to me, like Justin Jefferson.
I'm looking at the playoffs for Puka right now.
Justin Jefferson has a great schedule coming up, and
And JJ.
I don't like JJ McCarthy. I'm not a McCarthy
But
fan.
he should be getting better.
But Justin Jefferson floor games are still 14 points.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
And you
Floor
get some
games
easier
are 14
matchups.
points,
It should get better.
Yeah, it should
And
get better.
Puka doesn't have a special playoff matchup run, which is what like the one reason I'd
Matthew
be like,
Stafford
well,
is
maybe.
having a special season, but
he
Devontae Adams
absolutely
is getting
is.
all the touchdowns.
But
Yeah, and so is his tight
championship week
ends.
is
and-
Atlanta,
and-
which is very good against the pass.
It's been like last year, Puka was getting all of those targets, and he was also getting the high quality targets and opportunities because they would hand him the ball inside the 5. And you watch the Rams offense this year, I don't think Puka's had a single carry inside the 5-yard line this year. Not one. And it was something that you just kind of expected them to do last year because they just didn't have the ability to beat you in other ways. But now they have so many ways to beat you that he's like making first downs, and then they're just tricking you for touchdowns once they get inside the red zone. And so and also it really seems like Matthew Stafford trusts Devontae Adams.
Yeah, like
That's well,
I think him and Devontae had that like get right game a couple
The
games
Jacksonville
ago.
game.
Yeah, I
Jacksonville
mentioned it when that happened. Again, Stafford's spreading the ball a lot now. That time off with Puka has built trust with other players. So
just
yeah,
not
that's
an-
my take on it. Thank you
yeah,
for
just
the question.
Yeah.
Don't forget to
I would say nobody.
join
Yeah,
our.
stand pat.
Yeah.
Don't forget to join our.
Believe in Justin Jefferson.
Don't forget to join our Pick'em League. It's in the description. All right. So next question. My flex 1 PPR. Woody, White, Tet, Metcalf, leaning Woody versus Titans.
Is that Rashad White?
I would assume. Yeah, I like Woody there.
I do too.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing else, he's getting the opportunities. You know what I mean? And what they want to do is control the time of the clock. So I mean, Woody's going to get what 15 to 20 touches guaranteed. I feel
Tennessee is one of the worst defenses in the league.
So I lean Woody there. The only close would be Tet, but
that's exactly where I'm at. I'm with you.
But I wouldn't
because I'm really kind of iffy on if that's Rashad White. I'm really iffy on White right now.
Oh, Rashad White, I kind of don't want to touch. I'm kind of out on him at this point. Anyone in that Tampa Bay backfield that's not named Bucky Irving? No, thank you.
I'm with you.
Got another question. Pickens or Derrick Henry, full PPR. Need a safe floor. I'd say 10 to 15 points is all I'm asking for.
Pickens or Henry, full PPR. I'm pretty sure most weeks you're winning with Pickens.
Yes, but things have changed a little bit there now that CD's come back. Now Pickens is definitely a solid 10-ish, double-digit point guy. I'm looking up who's the matchup for Henry.
Henry's the Ravens,
he's
right?
Playing. He's against Cleveland. So
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pickens
if you
against
need a solid floor, Pickens is your guy then, just because that Cleveland defense.
To
might
me,
just
it's
shut
both.
Henry
To
down.
me, you're getting a higher floor and ceiling
With who?
with Pickens.
I
Against the Raiders defense, I think so.
I think Henry can fall into the end zone.
I think based on how the Cowboys have been playing, and now I'm a Cowboys fan, and I am extremely excited to see the shot in, like, it's more than a shot in the arm, because they're getting talented players added to their defense at every level this week, so they could be completely different than how they've been playing, and they could shut down the Raiders, but they haven't shut down anybody yet.
Right.
And Pickens has been a scoring machine. He has been awesome.
Yeah, like I said, and he's been very, very solid. But since whenever CD is in the game, Pickens is the number 2.
Yep, that's true.
That's just
it's very possible that CD misses one or two coming back, and then they go back to the comfortable catch.
Like down the line, you mean?
Like if they kind of start off a little rough, he might go back to the familiar catch,
Oh,
Yeah,
who he's got rhythm with, you mean?
But back to what we were saying is just who's the guaranteed 10 points. I like say my gut reaction is Henry, and then I see the Cleveland defense, which is for real, and so I definitely go with Pickens.
So he's saying that the thing is Henry is on the one every game. Our O-line just can't give him a good gap. And the thing is too, because he's playing for Baltimore, right? Like I don't got my wires crossed.
Yep.
A lot of times it's just Jackson running it in. They don't even give it to the back to run it in.
This year, Lamar Jackson's rushing attempts have been very limited this year, and you got to remember
they've been throwing the ball.
He's been out quite a bit, and he's been throwing like 4 touchdowns a game and stuff. You're like, what the heck? Who is this?
But not all. They've been running to get first downs, and they've been throwing to score points.
Yeah,
because it's been all of their tight ends. Like he threw touchdown passes to 3 different tight ends a couple weeks ago when he threw 4 touchdown passes.
That helps everybody, right?
Right, exactly, exactly. And the thing is like I'm pretty sure all of the touchdown passes were within 10 yards.
Yeah.
That's been the issue, is they haven't been able to run when they want to.
Right, which is what our viewer was saying, is that the line just isn't opening that first hole, which is what Henry needs.
And if you look at,
oh my god!
And if you look at his first game against Cleveland, Lamar was still there, 11 for 23. He played 61% of the snaps, which is about what he plays week in, week out. And he can be. And I'm not. It's not going to happen. You're not worried about him getting game scripted out of this game, but you got to be worried about the weather being worse. And I don't know. I'm not a fan of starting Derrick Henry right now. It feels bad to me. It feels. I
think there's going to be a lot of games you want to start Derrick Henry. I just don't know if this is one of them here.
Honestly, he has a terrible schedule. He has Cincinnati twice and everything else.
I'm a Steeler fan. I do not want to predict this, but I think that Baltimore is going to go on a run here. I think.
I agree with that. I'm just not sure if it's the way that they have been not blowing people off of the ball. Mm-hmm. The way that they did last year, I think it's just going to be different. The way that they're scoring points. Yeah. I think Lamar Jackson's going to be great, but I'm not that big of a fan of Derrick Henry going forward.
Just acquired him in a league where I'm in first place.
So you're just hoping as it gets colder, they don't want to tackle him over and over.
Yeah, I'm
fair.
just not sure. I don't think we're cold enough yet. We're just not there yet.
Do we have any more questions?
Not right now. Don't forget to subscribe, everybody, because you won't find us again a lot of times. We're still too small of a channel.
That's true.
So subscribe and hit that notification bell. Yep. We podcast once a week.
So Ken, nice
let's talk
hat,
about
man.
yeah. Thank you. Let's talk about this stupid hat. Can you believe that?
Well, what was the bet?
It was just straight up the game, Jacksonville and Houston. So,
oh wow! And they were so much ahead too.
It was. It was what was 20?
I'm a genius.
They turned into Jacksonville in the third, fourth quarter. They turned into Jacksonville.
It was the fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter, yeah. I remember like it being something stupid.
It was 29-10. It was the game was over. It was a laugher of a game, and then they just crumbled, absolutely crumbled. And like all they needed was a field goal at the end of the game. And they have a kicker who literally just kicked a 68, just broke the NFL record. Right? Outdoors. He did it outdoors.
Yep.
We're talking about now you have him indoors. They are already closer than the 8-yarder was. And then Lawrence gets pick sixed to end the game.
God, that's rough.
It was unbelievable. Like if they had just pulled a Shane Steichen with the Colts and run the ball from the 45, to set up the field goal.
Ouch.
There's a good chance they just win that game.
Yeah.
Like that for anybody who doesn't know, Cam Little is extremely talented. He is a good kicker.
Now
I feel like and I'm only bringing this up because I was kind of eyeballing Lawrence, but like I kind of feel like if the Rams win the Super Bowl, Matthew Stafford retires, and so it's like who's the quarterback after that? Who do they go after? They like finding talent that's already made. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say that like 100% because obviously they've built talent too. They
Here he is,
got
dude.
Cup.
There's
They
your
got
guy right there.
No, we're not going for that guy.
Justin Fields?
Yeah, it's Justin Fields. Yeah.
No, I think McVay has some standards.
So
If Stafford retires with that Super Bowl, do you think McVay does too?
I hope not. I think
that would be sad.
that would be because he's so young still,
Yeah.
and
But I mean, they were talking about it 2 years ago or 3 years ago.
it could have been a bargaining thing.
Seriously,
he
one
was
guy
just
gets
building
fired.
a
And
family.
if there's one guy in the league that's younger than him, so one guy gets fired, and it's one of the newer coaches in the coaching cycle. So you're talking like 2 years from now, he could still be the youngest coach in the league again because he's like 41.
It's like I've been doing this too long.
Something
I'm
like
out.
that.
I kind of feel like if he won another Super Bowl, he might be able to like, dang, I could be one of the greats.
Honestly, if he's a passionate coach and want that, he enjoys doing that. Of course, why wouldn't he? So I mean, does he just want to go live in the Bahamas? Then I mean, hey, cool.
He could do that too.
Yeah,
I think he'd miss it too much too.
He's
though.
got plenty of money.
He's still
but yeah,
young.
He's young. I mean, it seems like
he's
you're never going to
so-
have this opportunity
and like
again.
I was saying
so.
earlier in the season remember I made some observations about their offense and how you can watch how I think it's the Tampa Bay offense. I'm pretty sure it's the Tampa Bay offense. It's one of the McVay disciples who's the offensive coordinator.
Okay.
And you can see them running the same kind of action that the Rams used to run, and then you watch the Rams and it's slightly different, and it's because he's smart enough to know that he can't just run the same things, and but you also can't just reinvent the wheel all the time. So what he's done is just change the timing of the things that they want to do, so it's harder to predict, because that's not on film yet.
I got to work tomorrow.
And so he's just, I'll take one. So so to me, he's still at the top of his game. Like you see the way that the Rams have completely rebuilt their team. Like Stafford is still there. Who else is still there from the 2021 Super Bowl team?
Yeah, that's true.
How many pieces are still there? Like Aaron Donald's gone. Jalen Ramsey's gone. Everybody, the defense is completely different. And all the offensive weapons are completely different. There's no Cooper Kupp. It's unbelievable. Like they had to rebuild their offensive line.
Higbee?
Higbee and Stafford are really like the only pieces that have been there, through this rebuild on the fly, because they've been competitive.
And it's a rebuild on the fly, and it's only 4 years out from the last Super Bowl, 5 years, whatever it is. And so,
And they've had 2 playoff appearances in that time.
yeah, I mean, like, you know what I mean? You're reaching there for all-time great head coach.
Definitely.
Like, I'm not saying he's going to be.
And also, like, let's say the Rams win like 2 Super Bowls. You know, like they just get like they win the Super Bowl this year, and everything looks so good that neither of them can walk away, and they win another one next year. Now you're talking about they've stolen the Chiefs dynasty.
That would be
You know
cool.
what I'm saying?
That would be cool. I think that's a little out of the realm of possibility, only because of Stafford's injury, his arm. I feel like this is the year. Like, he's going all out for it this year because that's what he has in him is one more year, and then he's
Very few guys have retired playing that well.
But
very
they don't
few
have that-
guys
like
have
I said,
retired
that
playing
injury
that well.
Puts him on a clock.
Like,
And that's true.
Because to me, he's right at the same age. Not even to me. He's right at the same age where Aaron Rodgers won his last MVP.
Right, but Aaron Rodgers didn't have this degenerative injury in his shoulder. That's the
in his right shoulder?
Yeah. And it's degenerative, so it's only going to get worse. He's
37. Everything is going to get worse.
That's what I'm saying. I can't see him really playing another year after this year, but maybe one more year if they win this year or go to the Super Bowl and miss. Or something.
I don't get that same vibe. Like,
the thing is he's having fun.
Right.
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
He is having fun.
Did you hear him on the mic when he was just like McVay was yapping at him on the in his ear, and he was just like trying to tell him to shut up, and then like he stopped trying to tell him to shut up, and he's just like talking to the rest of the team, the huddles. He's still going. He's still going. And it's like he's having a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like he's having a good time. He's playing the best football of his career.
Yeah.
I think something clicked with him in the mental game.
Yeah,
To me,
I'm pulling for you guys.
to
this
me,
year.
the
You guys
most-
like. Of course, I'm pulling for the Steelers the most, but my second team now is the Rams.
Well,
man.
thank you.
I really hope.
Oh
you guys
yeah,
manage to like. Do
yeah. I
something
really
special
like
this
watching
year.
the
That'd be
Rams
cool.
play, man. They're so good. They're so good on both
that'd
sides
be
of the
fun.
ball. It's like you got to appreciate good football, and the Rams are playing good football. They've been playing good
Yeah.
football all year long.
Seriously. And just
their 2
good
losses
all
are by a
around.
combined like 4 points or something like that, and one of it was a blocked field goal was one of them. And then that the overtime, the crazy Thursday night overtime loss. And I mean, Thursday night games are, whatever kind of happens. I feel like the better coaches don't try too hard to win Thursday night games that aren't like absolutely like you have to have it or you lose.
Yeah, you're not throwing all your
'Cause
special plays. out.
Right, early in the season, it feels really like they kind of just phone it in on Thursday nights, which is why that should be abolished. But anyway,
Well, and there hasn't been a score in this game since the first quarter now.
and I got to be honest, like I don't appreciate the pressure from a fantasy football perspective either, because it feels like there's never a time to just like relax at all during the fantasy football season because of the constant games.
That's the fun of it, man.
That's not that fun to me. Because it's really not that fun.
I like the constant decisions, the constant pressure, the constant.
I enjoy that in Dynasty. I don't really enjoy that so much in Redraft. And also, like, I don't enjoy, having, like, 4 nights a week? Like, once we get to the end of the season, it's 4 and 5 nights a week that are being dominated by football.
But by that time, you just kind of watch the games that you want to watch. You kind of know
No, I don't,
who
dude.
and what
I
the teams
watch
are.
all
You don't
of the
have to
games.
watch
I want to
every
win.
single game.
No, you really don't. I was telling
that
you
point
about
of the
that
season,
about that novel by Daniel Barbarisi. It's called Dueling with Kings. And,
Oh yeah.
And there's some of the most successful people in DFS, daily fantasy sports, don't watch the games at all. Like, they don't, and they're not necessarily fans of the games. They,
just numbers guys.
it's a job to them, and these things, it's annoying. Honestly, a little bit. It is annoying, but for the most part, these things can be done.
Honestly, that's why when I'm playing DFS, I always do, like, if I'm playing a tournament, I do one of the single entry tournaments. I'm not doing the the Mega Million tournament
where they can have 50 entries.
Yes, where you're putting your 1 or 2 entries.
And I think it's actually limited to 20.
300.
I think it's limited to 20 now.
It depends on the tournament. Some are 20, and some are literally 300.
Yeah.
So those are usually the smaller tournaments, but still, it's just like you're just playing against the pros at that point. You know what I mean? It's like, why? Now that's like going to the casino and betting against. You're playing against the house.
Exactly.
Like, okay, I guess that's fun, but
that is exactly what
you're at a huge disadvantage. So why are we doing this? But
that reminds me, because I very much wanted to. I meant to ask you last week, and we could talk about this, off the air, I guess. But just remind me to bring it back up. Did the Hard Rock Cafe thing
just opened today? Was they just
yeah?
Sorry, Drake made touchdown to Travion Henderson
again.
His 3rd touchdown tonight.
Sorry, Juan.
Touchdown. He's coming out.
Poor Juan. Spent $30 on him in the draft, and then dropped him.
Juan. Who has him now?
Rhino Ballers. That team. You should be worried about that team.
I think that's who I'm playing this week.
If you're not familiar with who's on that team,
I remember thinking they were decent. Yeah.
No. He's had some things fall into his lap,
like Travion
Henderson. I mean, my trade with him. He scored Devontae Adams out of that trade.
You traded Devontae Adams away?
Uh-huh.
I don't remember that.
Mm-hmm. I had to. If I had known my opponent was only going to score 60 points that week,
then you probably would.
I would not have made that trade. But it was a trade that I felt like that I had to make because I had to have a good quarterback start, and Jordan Love was QB1 that week.
Yeah.
So, if my opponent had a decent week, I still would have won. And that's really what it comes down to is like you can't look back and be like, man, I shouldn't have done that because hindsight, whatever. Did it work out? Did you get the result that you were looking for? That week or whatever. And yes, I did. I got the win that I needed to.
Yep. And your hunch was right. That guy did well. So
yeah, he did really well. And things have gone. And honestly, like things have just gone poorly for him since then because he lost. Tucker Kraft.
Yeah. And trades are so weird, man. Yeah. They just like trades change from week to week.
And also, who
won? It's just weird.
If you're watching that Rams game, like Devontae Adams did have an old man injury in that game where he just there was non-contact, pulled up lame with his back. Like he just reached for his back, like an old man. I'm feeling one right now. I'm excited right now.
I can relate.
But and then he wanted to come back into the game, and they said that he would have, but it's one of those things that's like, sure, when the game is going on, he wants to come back in the game, but I guarantee you that felt worse the next day.
Right.
Like it did not feel better right away, and it's one of those type of injuries. It's easy to aggravate it again. There's nothing he can do but rest to make it better, and there's no telling when it'll happen again, because he didn't do anything abnormal. There wasn't anything weird that happened to him. He was just running a route, and that was something that I was worried about with him being 32 and him having had a couple of weeks where he was the number one target.
And honestly, I have Pickens on a few teams, and similar to that, I'm just worried about when he is going to mentally blow up. You know what I mean?
Because you've seen it happen to you.
He is a ticking time bomb.
He's looked so much better as a Cowboy than
Antonio Brown,
honestly,
waiting to happen. Maybe without the attempted murder charges or whatever. But
attempted, alleged,
whatever,
alleged. Jeez.
But Pickens reminds me so much of Antonio Brown. I'm just I have so much of him because I knew he'd do well this year. But I'm just what value can I get for him? I really feel like I want to trade him away.
You feel like he's going to burn you?
Oh man, I want to get whatever value I can.
You're so funny, dude.
Sorry, back to your question, Hard Rock. What were you asking about it?
I remember you saying that you were going to go check it out. And I was
just everyone's interested. It's the brand new casino in town, and I'm in the business. So today is their opening day. I heard that little birdie told me that they are so full to capacity that the fire marshal came out
And kick people out?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Like they were saying that every single slot machine, every single seat at every single table is full. Like you can't get a spot. That's how full it is now.
My little brother.
Can you imagine owning that thing? Your eyeballs would just be rolling around to dollar signs.
Yeah.
My little brother. I don't know if you guys know this, but he's a traveling nurse.
He's a what?
Traveling nurse.
Oh.
And he just finished a 1-year contract here in town, and so he's moving down south, and he had to drive through that today. He thought something was like
You thought there was an accident?
like an accident or something like that, and it reminded me like, oh yeah, you said you were gonna like check out some opportunity there, and I've been meaning to follow up because I'm very curious on.
Yeah, we could talk about that later.
Okay, we'll talk about it later. Sweet.
But anyway, let's see how deep are we? Should we skip our Homer minute, or should we go into games?
Yeah,
or
we
what
can
do
just
you
pick
thinking?
games. Like, I mean, my team is on bye, so I don't have anything to say about.
Yeah,
mine.
and my team is
Your
5-4 and in decline.
Your team is basically going on bye right now.
I don't know, man. We have Cincinnati this week, right?
They better
I'm
show
just
up,
like,
dude. I need.
I don't even know, man. They got us last time. It's like
They did.
Flacco has a very good release. He has a very good defense for our defense, if that makes sense. Like
The thing that if I was a Steelers fan, the thing that would worry me the most is how confident Jamar Chase is in playing against you guys. That bothers me. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like,
Yeah, I mean,
like
and
my
our
my
injuries aren't in
nemesis-
the right spots for that either. So,
my rivals' receivers should not be happy to come in and face my team.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, no, I hadn't heard that, but no, I mean he had tremendous success last time, so we
That
definitely
he said
need to
this
stop him.
before, before he faced them last time, that he was confident in their game plan, and then when they talked to him afterwards, he said it's exactly what we thought we were going to see.
Yeah.
And like, just like him saying that, you know, it's just like he didn't even feel like he was challenged tonight, and that's terrifying because Jamar Chase is pretty good.
He's all right. He's all right.
So right now, currently playing is the Jets and the Patriots. I did go Patriots, and you can verify that by going to the pick 'em pool. And
Me too.
Me as well.
So join our pick and pool, and you can be in there with us too.
yeah, and then so after that,
Few of you guys have definitely appreciate you
Yeah,
coming in,
it's a
being
lot of
active.
fun.
That's pretty cool.
and the next team up is Washington at Miami. Washington's plus 2.5. Over under is 47.5. Plus 124 if you're betting on the Commanders. Minus 148 if you're betting on the Dolphins. I have Commanders here.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah.
All right, sweet. I feel like this is one where we can get one back on you because I've got the Dolphins.
I'm
I
all
feel
over
like
the Dolphins on this one.
I like the Dolphins. That was an impressive win against Buffalo last week. I watched quite a bit of that,
yeah.
and it wasn't necessarily their offense that was impressive. It was the defense, the way that they kept taking the ball. And I mean, Josh Allen had one of the worst games I've ever seen him have.
That's a divisional game,
and kept
right?
giving them opportunities, but they took them. They kept taking the ball away when the ball was made available, and then Devon Achane is just awesome.
And this is what, 3 weeks in a row, I think, 2 or 3 weeks in a row that Miami has just actually looked.
Yeah,
really good.
they didn't. They didn't
if
look like
this was the beginning of the season and they were playing like this, you'd be like, "Oh, Miami's a contender."
They didn't look like they really showed up against Baltimore on that Thursday night game last week. Was that last week? Not last week. The week before last week.
Okay.
Week
So it's the
before
last 2 weeks, yeah.
So there's that. So they could always just throw up a stinker, but the way that Waddle has looked and the way that Achane has looked, I can't imagine they would lose this game.
Yeah, I feel good about Miami in this one, but you never know.
Yeah, it's a division. Well, last week was a divisional game, so
Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, this one's not.
it's kind of hard. So Panthers at Falcons plus 3.5 on the Panthers. Over under is 42.5 plus 160 if you're betting on the Panthers. Minus 192 if you're betting on the Falcons.
It's in Atlanta, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I will begrudgingly take the Falcons.
Me too.
I think,
I'm gonna take Carolina.
and
Real quick, I got a question for both you
Uh-huh.
guys. Okay. and I'm not saying this is out of play because we have something that tracks this now, so that's great. I don't care. But I'm just curious, have any of you two switched your teams at the last minute?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Is that out of bounds?
No.
No.
Okay. Because no. I've definitely Sunday morning. I look over everything that I do, every league that I do. I give it a rethink. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so I definitely go through. And I think last week I switched like 3 picks, and I think I switched them all the wrong way, or at least 2 out of 3. I was just like,
I was just curious because I was looking at them and I was like, I thought I was lone wolfing that this week, or I thought, you know what I mean? And so like, of course, I don't care.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if I was going crazy.
We're doing this on a Thursday or a Friday. Things change over the next couple.
Not
of
only
days.
that,
You get
but
more
we have the
information,
tracker now.
Yeah.
We have the tracker.
Right, so-
you have to get the pick in before the game starts.
Yeah, so I figured it was all fair, but yeah, I have definitely changed some picks.
Yeah, so I was just curious if that was going on. So even viewership should know the true picks. You got to join our pick'em pool so you can see the true picks by Sunday. I have not.
And if you want to see the true picks, you can see that Ray is kicking butt.
And I have not changed a single pick since we started. I pick them on
Maybe that's why
Friday.
you're not second guessing yourself. You're just
and that could be a big part of it.
It could be. It absolutely could be.
So me and Ken are going Falcons. Brian's going Carolina. Next up is Tampa Bay.
And I just want to say a little bit on that, just because Bryce Young has Carolina's record with Bryce Young and without Bryce Young. Now, I'm not saying that Bryce Young has been playing incredibly well, but that team is different when he's in there.
He was in there last week. They did not play well last week. They lost to the Saints at home.
Well,
like
true.
they were last week to me reminded us, okay, they're not very good yet.
Yeah, they're
like
not.
This team does not.
Good yet,
they don't
right.
belong anywhere near the playoffs, for sure.
But does Atlanta?
To me,
I don't
winning
know if Atlanta does either.
No, Atlanta.
So.
No, well, Atlanta doesn't either. Atlanta's right there with them.
Right.
And
I just think Atlanta's kind of more up on the upcline and Carolina's more on the downcline.
Atlanta's up and down to me. It's
so is
you
Carolina.
don't know
Both
what you're
those
going to
teams,
get.
honestly.
But
and
Atlanta,
if you're going to go with that mindset, then you should pick Carolina.
But the way that Atlanta played in
which you did.
Yeah.
I keep thinking about that 30-0 loss earlier in the season to Carolina, and I'm hoping that I guess since I'm picking the Falcons, I'm hoping that
It's a revenge game.
Yeah, that they get some revenge. But you never know exactly what you're going to get from either of these teams.
Next up, Tampa Bay at Buffalo. Tampa Bay's plus 5.5. Over under is 47.5. Plus 200 if you're betting on the Bucks. Minus 245 if you're betting on the pissed off Buffalo Bills.
All right, battle of the pretenders here.
You think Bills are pretenders?
These two teams that are supposed to be these monsters that are.
You think
supposed
the
to
Bills?
be
The Bills
great.
had one bad game and they're the pretenders.
What's their record, man?
6-3. That's not bad.
6-3. They've had.
There's
the
only
three
a
losses were
couple
not
7-2
good.
games.
All I'm saying is they are not living up to their billing.
Billing.
I'm just saying they're not there.
How many teams are 7-2?
So on the other side, Tampa has just been injured. They've lost so many offensive linemen.
Agreed.
They're running back. They're
Just offensive
going
pieces
into
in general,
into the season. Their top 2 receivers. You know what I'm saying? So they lost their one of their best defensive players for the season. And
So what I'm saying is
They're
these
both
are two
6-3
teams that are
games.
just not what they were supposed to be. What we were thought we were like.
I agree with
we
that.
Thought these were two
I
of
don't
the top
disagree with that.
teams going in, and
No,
they're
I
just
never
not performing like
put my stock in Tampa Bay.
Well, I
You
did.
didn't think they were one of the top 3 or 4 teams in the NFC?
No.
I did. I do.
No.
I still do.
I do too.
I
not anymore.
they're to me they're right at that edge, especially the way
Edge maybe, but no.
especially with the way that Green Bay has been playing.
Come
like
on,
in
man,
the
they're
NFC,
scrappy.
so who do you
I
like?
like them.
Who do you
I
like
like them,
in the
and I
NFC
think they're scrappy.
after Los Angeles, Seattle, and Detroit. Who and I guess Philly.
Green Bay.
You like Green Bay over Tampa Bay?
Yeah, I think
don't.
if they played tomorrow,
yeah.
I don't. No way.
I think
Yeah.
if they played
New-
tomorrow,
I
Green
do
Bay
too.
wins.
Tomorrow, neutral field. I pick Tampa Bay. Absolutely.
But,
Okay, I mean that's
but
fine.
Green Bay has looked bad a couple of times too. when
Tampa
they
Bay
shouldn't
hasn't.
have,
I don't
but,
think Tampa Bay
but I
has
still
looked
take Green Bay.
bad. I think Tampa.
That Green Bay defense.
Tampa Bay has been like Green Bay has they've been in every game that they've lost, but they've also lost a bunch of games while scoring 7 points.
You know what?
10 points.
Let me ask.
They lost 3 games scoring they lost 3 games when their opponent didn't score 20 points.
And here's one that to me as a thinker, right? If neutral field, they played Sunday, weather great, Tampa Bay and Chicago.
Tampa Bay.
To me, I have to think about that.
I don't.
I think that's close.
I don't because
I think
Todd
that's very
Bowles
close.
is one of the best defensive minds in the game, and if you're telling me that it's Caleb Williams versus a great a top 5 defensive mind in the league, I'll take the defensive mind in the league.
Okay.
There's 5 defensive coordinators that I like. If you put to me, Caleb Williams is not good enough to beat a great scheme.
Are they both 6-3 right now? Chicago and Tampa Bay. Just curious.
Yes.
I think so. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they are.
So
Chicago-
to my previous question, I know Seattle and I know Rams are both 7-2, but is there any other 7-2 teams out there?
Oh, in the NFC?
Everywhere.
Yeah, the Patriots are 8-2.
Yeah, they are. And so they'll have a bye, and they'll be 9-2.
The
it
Patriots
looks
are
like.
8-2. The Colts are 8-2.
Okay.
And they're off this weekend. Yeah, so there are a few X-2 teams. There are no X-1 teams.
Denver is 8-2.
Yeah, Denver is
Chargers 7-3.
Yep.
So this is all
Philly,
happening on the
7-2.
AFC side. Wait, what's Philly?
7-2.
7-2. Okay.
And Seattle and the Rams are 7-2.
Okay, so there's 3 NFC 7-2 teams.
What Detroit 6-3?
Oops. Yes.
Yeah, to me, Tampa Bay
And
has
so
not.
is Chicago. Wow,
right.
that's so surprising.
To me, Tampa Bay has not had as bad of a loss as some of these other teams have had. Like they have not had a game where they just did not show up.
Who?
Tampa Bay. Like other teams, like Detroit has gotten
They
smashed.
lost to some teams they should not have lost.
That's
to.
not, I don't agree with that. They lost to Philly. They lost to New England last week, and then what was their other loss?
Patriots are 8-2.
Yeah, so they lost to New England's at 8-2, Philly's 7-2, and then someone would have to help me out on their other loss.
I'm looking.
Yeah, I can pull it up.
Philly, Detroit, and New England.
Detroit. Yeah. Okay. So which one of the who
fair.
so who have they lost to that they shouldn't have lost to?
No, that's fair.
Like
Those are 3
like
good
you
teams.
could say New England because that New England game was at home, but they are just New England caught them at the right time.
Well, and New
I
England
feel like
is
if
better
both
than
of
we
those
thought they
teams
were. And look, they're about to be 9-2.
don't
I mean,
jinx it.
I kind of want to. Let's see.
I know you do. With your team,
No, actually, I don't. My
with your
pick-
team that's about
the
to
pick
fall
9
into a
this week
tie
is at
for
roll,
first place.
2 rollovers. Pick 9 is $30,000 this week.
Wow.
Sure would be nice if I picked all 9.
If it's a Rams Patriots Super
Oh,
Bowl
you didn't touch
again,
'em.
we better win
That's awesome.
that. You can't lose them twice in the Super Bowl.
I'll be rooting for you, man.
3 times.
So,
that would be
anyway,
3 times if they lose to them in the Super Bowl.
Okay, we got sidetracked here.
Yeah, so I picked Buffalo.
I'm also going to pick Buffalo because,
too.
and it's the same thing. I feel like Buffalo's getting them at just now is a good time to be playing
just
Tampa
too
Bay.
many injuries there.
Yeah,
So
their
that-
offense is not clicking without Bucky Irving. Once they start getting, once they get Irving back, I'll have a lot more confidence in them. But yeah, it's just where it's at.
All right, so next up, Chargers at Jacksonville. I just lost the lines out. I didn't refresh in time. Let
So
me see.
does Jacksonville just let the wheels fall off of their season after last week? Or are they gonna
They're
rally?
5-4.
I know.
They can't do that.
I know.
They got a winning record at over the halfway point of the season. I mean,
You keep trying to fix.
Happens every year. Happens
they have
every
to
year.
try. They have to try.
We get
They
to
have
we get
let
to week
Trevor
8,
Lawrence
week
do
9, week
something.
10, and there's a team where you're like, yes, they're definitely going to the playoffs, and then the losing streak starts.
Yeah, it gets cold.
Yeah, no, and I'm not saying that's not going to happen, but like that's not what
And I
Jacksonville
mean,
fans are rooting
They,
for.
you
Okay,
know,
I
they've
gotta
said
say-
it.
okay,
they've
look,
said it for a long
you
time.
realize-
There's 2 seasons in football, right?
Yeah.
Here we're coming into the second
Yes, the
season.
second
of football.
season, the real season starts after Thanksgiving. So Davis Mills was 5-18 as a starter, headed very rapidly towards 5-19 as a starter until the fourth quarter happened last week.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
They're really young.
I see that poop on your head. I remember.
They're a young team, and this is they're really bad against the pass. This team is, I think, 29th against the pass, and Justin Herbert has been on fire. So I will take the Chargers.
I am as well. I'm taking the Chargers.
Me too.
Yeah. Not really waiting for Jacksonville to fall off now. So next up, we got the Bears and at the Vikings. Bears are +3. Over-under is 48.5. +130 if you're betting on the Bears. -155 if you're betting on the Vikings. I am taking Chicago. I'll walk the walk, not just talk the talk. I'm picking Chicago.
Why are you looking at me?
So I want to see what you're taking. I want to see if I get my lone wolf or not.
Oh no!
No, you're taking the Vikings.
Yeah, dude. I was a Jackson Dart concussion away from being completely right about Caleb Williams and in that game against the Giants. And I mean, good on him for smelling blood and being able to pick it up at the end of the game. But I feel like if Jackson Dart doesn't get injured in that game, that we're having a completely different discussion about the Bears season and what's going on with him. And whether or not Caleb Williams could, and the Bears could, we wouldn't have had that discussion about the Bears and the Buccaneers.
It's tough to play like Jackson Dart plays and not at some point go down.
To me, like his recklessness, it really reminds me of when Josh Allen first entered the league. And
RG3.
And no, it doesn't remind me of that at all.
Well, no, but that's a valid point.
Really.
Is they're all playing that
he's not
scramble type style and not in the pocket type style, and their lifespan is really short.
Now, when I watch Jackson Dart, I see him go first read, second read, run, and he scrambles, and it doesn't feel as forced as, say, like Jaden Daniels last year, where Jaden Daniels, it was much more closer to one look and then run if it's not there.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it's hard to be a one trick like that.
I don't think he is.
And just continually to win.
I really liked him.
Maybe not him, but the team. The team.
But they don't have anything else right now. And the reason that he had to do so much is because
you're sliding all your chips
on this rookie.
And going, well, if that didn't happen,
what are you talking about?
If that didn't happen, it'd be a totally different game.
It's like 225 pounds. He's not undersized.
What's Lamar Jackson?
Lamar Jackson is the same size, 6'2", 220.
Okay.
Exactly the same size. Like, I swear to God, nothing irritates me.
He looks a lot.
I got to say, there is nothing about nothing about this era of scrutinizing players that irritates me more than people's inability to just read someone's height and weight. And hold on, let me finish. Because it happens all the time where these players get labeled as undersized, or as, like with Scadaboo, as a power back, and it's because
both got
people
injured.
don't actually look at the details
Both
of
got
anything. They watch what they see on television, and then they listen to what they get told, and then they just adopt that narrative. And it's just
hold on.
It's just so annoying.
Let me time out. I by no means, and I'm not saying you're saying this, but
I'm not talking about you two.
Yeah, I know. I'm
not talking about you two.
Just for people who are listening or may listen later, time out.
But this guy a
no
little bit
way
because you
that we would classify Bucket
sure.
Brian into being that guy that just looks at the player's size and speed and height and weight and be like, "This is."
And now, to be honest with you, before I got heavily invested in Dynasty and began really evaluating players for all of these things, it wasn't something that I was acutely aware of. But since I've, become a person who scrutinizes the players for all of the things that are important, like size, I've become much more aware of how often people just like categorize a player without even like realizing that they categorize another player completely differently who's exactly the same size.
Okay, and let me throw out like why. And the reason why is because it's how they look on the field.
And that doesn't matter.
I hear what you're saying, and it's good to have the actual information. Like I did not know that Jackson Dart would look or is that big, because he does not look that big. And when he's out on the field, he doesn't play that big.
Did you know
he
that?
Doesn't play as big as Lamar Jackson? He does not.
I disagree with that.
He looks like a young boy scrambling for his life.
He's exactly He's exact. So
he looks like a young man just you realize here. Whereas Lamar Jackson looks like a freaking stud when he's out there doing it. So.
And now, he's the same height as Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson
looks
and Jackson Dart are exactly the same height as Tony Romo. Now
another player that was getting
and when you
watch
watch
completely different guy,
no, they're all exactly the same size.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. So you've got Lamar Jackson and Tony Romo. These are like opposite ends of the spectrum quarterbacks.
I don't agree with that. Like, I feel like you didn't watch any Tony Romo before he turned 30.
How many rushing yards did Tony Romo have?
A lot, but it would not.
Did he ever have
not?
more
It's not. No.
400 in a season, 350
now,
in a season.
the thing is that Tony Romo, like, I feel like if he had started in his first 4 years, he would have had a lot more rushing yards because he had the ability to run. Then he would have ended his career even earlier, because that man was. I mean, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, but he's soft. Man. Like that man gets injured. Like, you do not want Tony Romo taking hits. Period. You just don't. Which is why he evolved.
Exactly.
Which is why his game evolved.
That's why they all have.
And they
last
do.
year.
Like, look at how much like Josh Allen is like QB 8 or something like that on the season this year, because he's not running anymore.
That's true. So what were you saying, Ray? You got something?
I'm just looking up those stats. So like Tony Romo had on average 3.97 rushing yards a game. Lamar Jackson has an average.
Oh, like probably 50.
At least in the 40s. So yeah. That's what it's like. You don't think of those two individuals being anywhere close to the same.
I'm just saying, like, if you look at let's say
I'm gonna load one more. You want one?
Sure. Let's say you look at Lamar Jackson's greatest evade of a tackle in the pocket, scramble / throw. Okay,
Lamar Jackson's at 58.6 on average.
Right. That doesn't surprise me at all. That kind of play. That's all I'm talking about. I'm talking about their ability to play quarterback. Obviously, Lamar Jackson is a much better rusher of the football, but in terms of like durability, and he's far more athletic, obviously, so he's able to avoid hits a lot better. But in terms of what they were trying to accomplish as a quarterback, it was very, like, the beginning was very similar. In terms of, like, Tony was only able to see, maybe the first or the second read, and then he was doing a lot of scrambling. The first year and a half to 2 years that he started as the Cowboys quarterback, it was a lot of, you have no idea what you're going to get. Drop back to drop back. It was a wild ride. It was so much fun. It was. Really? Dude. I'll never forget it. It was a lot of fun.
That's funny. Yeah, I'll never forget Cordell Stewart. So
all right, next game.
Exactly. You never know what you're gonna get.
Right, and you probably feel the same way about Romo as I do about Cordell Stewart.
So next game, Green Bay Packers at the Giants, -7 on the Green Bay. Over under is 42.5, -410 if you're betting on the Packers, +320 if you're betting on the Giants.
The Giants are going to start Jameis Winston.
Yes, he is.
Woo! Like,
Big Green Bay.
I am very happy I didn't rage drop Tyrone Tracy if Jameis Winston's going to play. Well,
that is true. That is going to make Tracy better.
I'm excited to see I'm very excited to see what happens with that this weekend. I'm not confident enough in that to start him this weekend, but it was looking bleak, and now but
beyond
Tracy
bleak,
outsnapped Singletary by a wide margin last week. He ran the ball well, even though even though they weren't winning, or actually they were leading most of the game. They probably should have just ran the ball more. You see, I think Tracy only had 14 carries, and
they don't have a lot of confidence.
And
in him, I can tell.
I think they're maybe they're worried about fumbles. I mean, but they that didn't have confidence in him is now gone.
Well, and
there's a new
when you
sheriff
have
in
Jameis
town.
Winston as your quarterback, you want to run the ball.
So we don't know what's
You
going to
know what
happen.
I mean?
We have no idea what's going to happen this weekend. I wouldn't start Singletary. I wouldn't start Tracy. I wouldn't start Jameis Winston because it'd be
Green Bay
different.
defense.
Like if he had Malik Neighbors, I'd be
Right,
starting him.
right.
Absolutely. But you don't know what you're going to be able to get out of the Giants receiving core. Jackson Dart has made it work mostly because of his ability to extend plays. And Jameis Winston doesn't have that same ability. Jameis is like the reason he's got fantasy value is because he's willing to just chuck it, and he won't take the sack. He'll throw the ball.
Yeah, and I'm taking Green Bay in this one. I think you have to, but I'm doing it kind of reluctantly because I think Jameis Winston really gives them a puncher's chance. You know what I mean? Like
they're also at home. The Giants are also at home.
they're at home. Like oh man. Yeah,
it's interesting.
I'm going to take Green Bay.
I'm with you. Same. I'm going to take Green
But like
Bay. I
in
think
my
it's
pick
crazy.
9, I'm avoiding this game and hoping for the upset.
Oh yeah, because other people are going to pick it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's definitely possible. Green Bay has played. Green Bay.
Definitely possible.
Here's what I'll say about Green Bay. For as talented as they are, they really seem to play up and down to their competition.
Yes, they do. Like they're
It's a
not
very-
blowing
it's-
anybody away.
it's-
They're not. Yes,
Right. It's one of those. It's one of those things that you see in like young talented teams. They just don't know how to execute, like play in, play out, drive in, drive out, and stay consistent.
We got a question.
Oh, what do we got?
So, Otten, Andrews, or Theo Johnson? 1.5
Otten.
PPR.
Give me Cotton, baby.
Yeah.
No, Cotton is kind of a little pet project of mine. In my a couple of my dynasty leagues, I've been playing with
Said
him for
Otten.
a couple of years. His name is Cotton. All right.
We know.
It is K to Otten, C Otten, but I always call him Cotton. That's my
You
guy.
just never know. Sometimes I'm just like, what?
No, that's my guy, and I've been tracking him. He's in a
F
very
and
good
A.
spot right now. Whenever all the wide receivers are in for Tampa Bay, you do not want to start K-Dot, and you just put him on the bench, and that's that. But when they lose a couple of receivers, and all of a sudden he's the second or third target, he becomes Cotton. And oh my God, this guy! Oh, he's putting up like 15 points plus.
Yeah,
in
Kate Otten,
almost
you don't want to
every-
start that guy, but
just
but
Cotton. Oh man. So yeah, no, he's Cotton right now. There's
Baker's
too many
gonna
people
throw the ball a
missing,
lot.
And I think he had 13 targets or something. He had,
It was
like,
ridiculous.
Stupid
It was
amount of targets
it was a
last
lot of
week.
targets.
And he's gonna have a lot of targets again this week. Yeah, you get just a mass volume level.
Until Mike Evans comes
him.
back, he's a low end tight end one,
Right.
like at
Maybe
worst.
mid-level.
I mean, well, the thing is that
depends on the matchup. He's more matchup dependent.
It's funny because there's like there's touchdown dependent tight ends, and he's like you're not going to get a touchdown tight end. He's the opposite. He's dependent. He's dependable.
volume,
He's dependable because of the volume, but you can just expect him not to score touchdowns.
and then when he does, you're like, whoa, all right.
Yeah, but he has to make a play. Like, I mean, that's one of those things where he caught they're driving, he catches the ball at like the 6-yard line and actually finishes the play, but they don't draw up any plays for him inside the 5-yard line.
No,
at
you're
all.
right. You're right. He's not one of those guys. So hopefully that answers your question. I'm glad we were both in agreement there. But yeah, Cotton is definitely one of my pet projects, one of my streaming tight ends that I've been working with for 2 years plus now.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
if you're who are people missing right now? Gadsden could be missing time.
No,
Waller,
he's in.
Waller,
Gadsden's in. Waller's still out.
right?
Dulcich is a possibility. Like if you guys are out there desperate for tight end, take a look at Dulcich. I would not start him this week, but I would definitely think about maybe putting him on the bench. I think Miami has a bye next week, So basically, you want to pick up Dulcich now.
I mean, he's
if
a
he has
fine
great
dart
week.
throw.
Or you can even wait till next week, and hopefully no one looks at him because he's on the bye. But he's one of those guys that while Waller's out, it really seems like that Miami offense wants to work through the tight end. And so if you can get that tight end that they end up working through, then you're going to have some nice points there. So,
Well, I hope that helped. Don't forget to subscribe so you can find us again, and join our Pick'em League. The link is in the description.
yeah, please, man.
Yeah, get in there.
Next up is Bengals at Pittsburgh Steelers. Bengals plus 5.5. Over under is 49.5. Plus 200.
49.5. Sorry. Say that again.
49.5. Over under. Plus 200 if you're betting on the Bengals. Minus 245 if you're betting on the Steelers. Bet the under.
A Bengal.
And I almost feel like if it hits the over, the Bengals win. If it's the under, the Steelers win. That's how I feel. That's not necessarily true, but that's definitely how I feel. I do feel like that some of your Steelers guys, like Aaron Rodgers, are streamable this week. Like you can start Aaron Rodgers this week if you're in a bad spot, your quarterback's on bye or whatever else. Like I cannot picture Aaron Rodgers scoring less than 18 points this week.
Yesterday, we found out
Picking the
that
Pittsburgh, by
Marvin
the way.
Harrison Jr. has an appendicitis.
Oh yeah, yep.
Jacoby Brissett has been awesome and has a great matchup this week and next week.
Has Jacoby
Would-
Brissett been awesome?
Oh, well, okay.
He had
Awesome
one
for
awesome
expectation.
game.
Okay. So, okay, when I say, okay. So,
For what you expected
he
from
has
Brissett.
Okay.
4 consecutive top 10 finishes, which
Got a question?
even the best quarterbacks don't do.
No, that is a good run. What's your question?
So, I'm guessing it's either Pare Reiko or just maybe Reiko. Trade BTJ and Kamara for McLaurin and DeAndre Swift.
Absolutely
I'm
not.
8-2.
Absolutely not. Kamara, like, especially with the way that Kamara looked, the way the offense looked for New Orleans, Kamara actually, like, no one's talking about this because of how bad that Kamara has seemingly been. But two things: he's still running back number 24 on the season, and he has the absolute best schedule.
And this is coming from a Kamara owner that has been complaining about Kamara all year long.
And
now you're saying like hold on to Kamara because of the rest of the season.
He had 22 carries against Carolina, and
he's not going anywhere. He doesn't want to go
he
anywhere.
Still looks great. I think he had like a 20-something yard.
And Shuck has looked better than Rattler.
And
he just has.
They're gonna look better after their bye. They'll be more comfortable. They're going to have some confidence coming off of that win at Carolina. And Carolina's a team that has a few notches on their belt. So this is a really big confidence builder for them. I'm excited about Kamara's second half. The way they finish the season.
And you're picking Pittsburgh or
in this game, I'm going to pick Pittsburgh. I am because the Cincinnati stole one from him in Cincinnati already. Yeah. It's I cannot imagine that the Bengals would sweep the Steelers without Joe Burrow.
Yeah, it would be pretty crazy.
I will get a shirt made for you. if the
I
Bengals
would burn it. No.
The Bengals pull off sweeping the Steelers without Joe Burrow.
Yeah, no, that would suck.
Like, I cannot imagine that. But
freaking Joe Flacco,
as the guy who was lucky enough to pick up Joe Burrow, I really want them to be relevant when he's ready to play in 2 weeks. So I need them to win either this week or next week. So I'm going to pick the Steelers. But I'm sorry, buddy. I'm rooting for the Bengals.
Yeah,
I have
just
to.
like the last game. I picked the Packers, but I'm rooting for I'm rooting for the Giants.
I honestly wasn't thinking because I was so busy like before we shot the podcast tonight. But I should have been wearing my Burrow jersey, like because that is where I'm at right now. Is I am Team Joe Burrow. I am rooting for Joe Burrow.
It's funny. I got him in one league this week too, so I'm pretty excited about him as well.
Yeah.
Just to see what he can do with the playoff run.
I'm still waiting for him to
You
fall
know
off
what
a
he's going
cliff.
to do. He does it every year. When Joe Burrow is available for the playoffs, like
He does his thing.
you can just go ahead and relax because he's going to do it for you. He's going
hate it.
He's going to take care of you. QB1 week 17 last year.
So last 10 a.m. game, Houston at Tennessee. Houston is -6, over/under is 37.5, -278 if you're betting on the Texans, plus 225 if you're betting on the Titans.
Oh, he dropped it. How does he drop that?
It's Hunter Henry.
Oh my God! It went right through his fingers.
They've been dropping a lot of passes Oh wait, never mind.
Sorry, Drake May has looked awesome.
He does.
The
look
Jets
awesome.
have been dropping a lot of passes.
It's fun.
Look at that.
Wow, it was right there. He dropped it right in.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. It was
I-
right there, like right there.
So
Now,
last year,
good
when,
on to the defender. His arm was in there and he hit it out. But
last year
Still
when we
caught that.
previewed the quarterbacks coming out in the 2024 draft class, and I said Drake May, to me, was the one who had the skills to, like, if everything came together, to be the best quarterback in the class.
I remember you saying that.
And-
I remember trying to like acquire him in a couple places just to see, but
And-
never could get him.
And that smart people not letting him go. I didn't see it happening this fast.
He looks great this year. He really
Unbelievable.
does. Yeah.
Like the transformation that he's made from year 1 to year 2 is it's so much more impressive than anything any of the other quarterbacks in his class are doing.
He showed flashes in year 1, and now he's just taken those flashes and made it look like now the flashes are the bad games. You know what I mean?
Yes,
It's like,
exactly. It's like
but his consistent play.
it's
is
much more
great.
shocking
Like,
to see a
it's-
bad negative play. Like,
It's
yeah.
it's been very impressive. Sorry, what game are we on? Because I know it's not this one.
Tennessee and Houston.
Oh, that's why we're
it's-
talking about something
yeah,
else. Okay.
it's- so the over under on this
Tennessee
game is
games,
37.
period, are not fun to talk about.
No, they're not.
Like Tennessee is so bad this year.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about Cam Ward now? Like I know you at the beginning of the year you were high on him. Like this guy's
No.
going to be good.
No. No, I mean, my evaluation of Cam Ward, like if I was to go back to my notes right now from watching his tape, was that he reminded me of a more reckless Dak Prescott. And what I mean by that is that Dak is more careful with the football. They can both deliver a pass where you're like, oh my God, that was beautiful. And they both don't do it all the time. Like, when you watch, like, for instance, when you watch Mahomes and he's making one of his ridiculous scramble plays, and at the end of it, he throws a ball, you know it's going to a guy who's open.
Right.
And you know what I mean?
Because that's why
And-
he did that. Yeah.
But when you watch Dak do the same types of things, he ends up throwing the ball, and the guy's still covered. and sometimes it's a really good throw, and sometimes it's not. And Cam Ward is, and as Dak has gotten older, the times where it's not a good throw have dramatically reduced to the point where it's like people are really like putting respect on Dak's name this year because the amount of tight window throws that he makes. But he's always attempted those tight window throws. It's just this, he's finally like everything has come together and he's just.
And he's been great this year. But I mean, talking about.
But that's who Cam Ward reminds me
Ward.
of. He reminds me of a less, like a lower, and I hate saying this because I don't know him personally, but he seems like a lower character version of Dak. And the only reason I say that is because he's careless with his words.
Oh
that
my
is the
God.
only reason I say that.
Justin Fields,
I
you
know
moron.
absolutely nothing
Holy shit,
about
Justin
Cam
Fields
Ward.
just cost
So
him
anybody
the
who
game
sees
right
this and
here.
wants to blast me about like blasting Cam Ward, that's not it. That's just what I see from what I've seen.
You're
from-
about
from
20
his-
seconds in front of
his
me, I
tape.
think.
Yeah, you are. You're in front of us. From what I've seen,
just gross. Like that. Like just jump on the ball, you moron. What
Hey.
are you doing?
he's helping me out.
What? Like look at this. Look at this.
He's helping me out. He's
Oh my God! Jump on the freaking ball.
Justin
Just
Fields
jump on it.
scoring me points.
Oh my God! That
Did
is
you
so
start Justin
dumb.
Fields?
No,
No.
What do you mean costing you a game?
No. Just
Costing
costing
them
them.
a
Them the game. Gotcha.
Them the
Gotcha.
game.
Okay.
Like they actually still had a chance, and now it's
So-
just like, well, now it's out of control.
So
That just
so here's
looked
the thing.
ridiculous.
It was just ridiculous. Just jump on it, you idiot.
Now, when I said low character version of Dak, what I mean is like I think Cam Ward is much more likely to throw teammates under the bus, whereas Dak will has proven time after time after time people can take shots at him and he still won't fire back. He still won't do it. He won't go to the media and fire shots at you. He's not going to do that. But Cam Ward has already done that in his first year.
So, what do you think about Cam Ward now? See,
I
like Cam Ward,
I wasn't high on him. I wouldn't have drafted him. I said that. I said I would not have drafted either of those quarterbacks. Like, to me, like, because Shadur Sanders had Sanders.
Well, I guess just because you hated JJ McCarthy so much, and you're like, Cam Ward is so much better than JJ McCarthy.
Oh, that's what it was. That's what that
And
I
I'm
do.
just
That
like,
I'm with. That I do agree
And
with.
you still agree with
yes,
that?
that I do agree
Okay.
with. Like, to me, Cam Ward has a longer, more successful NFL career than JJ McCarthy. I'm with. Still, yeah.
All right.
It's gonna be a hard one to bet, but all right.
Next up
What do you
is
got,
San
Ray?
Francisco versus the Cardinals. So we're getting into the afternoon games now. 49ers are -3. That seems kind of not enough. Over-under is 48.5. -175 if you're betting on the Niners. Plus 145 if you're betting on the Cardinals. I am taking the Niners,
So
but go Cardinals.
the
Well,
Cardinals.
no, and Ray,
Cardinals
Ray,
kinda-
you pointed something out right there. Like, there's like 2 or 3 lines this week that just don't seem right. Like, it seems like San Francisco should be a much bigger favorite here. I know it's a divisional game, but Arizona is so jacked up.
Cardinals play them tough though.
They've got nothing going right for them, and they have so many injuries.
So
It's
the
like
49ers, the 49ers do too.
Brock Purdy's coming back this week. Like,
Is he?
Yes.
Do we know that that's an improvement? Have you do you
I
realize
mean,
that you realize
depends on what camp
you
you're in.
realize
Yeah,
that Mac
I think
Jones
it is, but yeah.
is leading the league in passing yards per game.
No, and Mac Jones is definitely better
you know
than
that?
most people think that.
Mac Jones leads the NFL in pass yards per game. And he's been getting better and better and better.
How much is that?
Like,
how much
he'll
of
be a
that
starter.
is
Like, you don't-
passing 2 to 5 yards to McCaffrey, and then McCaffrey just like
Not as much as you might think.
You know.
Like, because he's
But
had,
it's
he
a
got
big part of
he
it.
got multiple 100-yard games out of Kendrick Bourne.
No, agreed. He's
like,
been impressive.
He's
He-
been awesome.
He has.
Doing
He
it
has.
without Kittle, without Pearsall, without Ayuk. The only thing
And
he's
if
had at
Purdy
certain
comes in and
points
starts
was
sucking,
McCaffrey.
it's like, wait a minute.
Right.
But I will say that Mac Jones will, like, this is 2 years in a row he's done this.
I'm just saying,
he
like,
will be a starter somewhere next year.
hey, you know what? Thank you for saying that, because because you laughed at me when I told you that Mac Jones, that last year when he was backing up Trevor Lawrence, that I felt that Mac Jones was a starter in the league. Like, when Mac Jones went to go back up Trevor Lawrence, when he left with his tail between his legs from New England and went to Jacksonville, I said he's not done. Like,
no, and he was good in Jacksonville, and that's what I like.
and he's been great.
If I
he'd
was
be a good
laughing
pickup
at
for the
you,
Rams,
he's
but I
been-
don't know about starting.
You know what? That's your guy.
Mac Jones.
Honestly, like, if the Rams win the Super Bowl and Stafford leaves, that's your guy. It won't cost you much to get him.
and
It won't.
he obviously does good in a system.
He's
And
in his
you're right about
prime.
that.
He's
And,
26
like,
years old.
Yeah.
Just hope he doesn't get hurt a lot.
He doesn't get hurt. Well, I mean, if you ask him, he plays through a lot more things than other people would.
Just like
Thank you for teeing that up.
He does have a reputation.
He's got a reputation for being a guy who's like he's confident, you know, like, and Baker Mayfield got killed for that for a long time. And how do people feel about it now?
Now they like him. Yep.
Now they love him. Can't get enough.
So San Francisco, you're going.
I'm gonna go San Francisco.
Same.
I actually disagree with the take that the line's not big enough. I actually think it's appropriate. Both of these teams are wounded, and like I said, the Cardinals always play the 49ers tough.
I hope the Cardinals win. I'd be happy to be wrong here. Next up is Seahawks versus the Rams. Where are you? Right there.
One of the games of
Seahawks
the
is
week.
+3, over unders 48.5, plus 160 if you're betting on the Seahawks, minus 192 if you're betting on the Rams.
And
So
I think
line, they're saying the Rams are favored.
And I think we all got to be taking the Rams here.
Yeah, I'm taking the Rams.
Yeah. And I mean, and I like the Seahawks. And
I was looking at the Seahawks wins, and who are the impressive teams that they beat? I remember looking at it in preparation for this week, and I don't remember seeing that many impressive wins.
Seahawks
Against
my impression
teams.
of the Seahawks is they're just a very good team. They're not a great team.
I agree with that.
They beat the teams they're supposed to beat, and they lose to the really good teams. You know what I mean? They're the definition of a lower tier playoff team.
yeah, you could definitely say that, like, this would be the signature win of their season.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
they
won.
lost. They lost. The best win they have. The best win they have so far is week 2 against Pittsburgh.
5-4 Pittsburgh, yeah.
And Aaron Rodgers.
They beat Jacksonville in Jacksonville, and they beat Houston.
I just still don't think much of a Jacksonville, but
this is going to be the
I don't
test.
But they've also, like, the last couple of weeks, they've absolutely smashed teams. Like and it's been after their bye week.
yeah.
So
Which matters, yeah.
It matters. It does matter. Their
They
offense,
switch
their
things
offense
up.
is
That's
playing.
their chance to do things.
And they
to
have a
adjust.
tougher schedule coming up, too. They have some tough teams coming up. They
So-
got to play Colts, I think, still. So
they just have a really good schedule. I can't imagine they miss the playoffs because their schedule is Titans, Vikings, Falcons, immediately after this Rams game. Then they get the Colts and Rams, and then they finish with the Panthers and 49ers.
yeah, so they got their tough games
I was
coming
gonna
up.
say, you just mentioned a lot of very volatile teams that can go either way, but yeah, no. Anyway,
To me, they're just better than the Titans, Vikings, and Falcons. I can't imagine picking
Titans for sure.
Something would have to happen.
Vikings can go like you don't know which Vikings team's going to show up.
Yeah.
Falcons is the same thing.
I disagree with that.
Like,
I don't know
Like,
about
to me,
go
more
either
so
way.
than
I,
the
you know what? To me, you know which quarterback is going to show up, and that's going to be J.J. McCarthy for the Vikings. So you know the offense is not going to be very good.
All right, we're going to see. I'm not going to bet on it, but I really hope
They-
you eat your words there.
They were opportunistic against the Lions, like that. If you watch that game, the Lions they shot themselves. They not only did they shoot themselves in the foot, they did it on their own side of the field every time, and the Vikings took advantage every single time. And then any time that they were asked to drive down the field and score, they punted the ball.
Did you take the Vikings or Chicago?
I took the Vikings because that Vikings defense is good, is very good, and I have they're also in Minnesota, and so I have confidence that they'll win this game.
All right.
So next up, we got Baltimore and Cleveland. Baltimore's -7.5. Over/unders 38.5, -470 if you are betting on the Ravens, +360 if you're betting on the Browns.
Another one of those games where I have to take Baltimore. They're just too big a favorite. It's just like, what can you do? But in my pick 9, this is not who I'm taking. This is where I'm hoping for an upset.
How did the Browns not trade Myles Garrett?
I don't know. Like, they're not looking to be relevant for at least 2 years.
Right.
And Myles Garrett, he is in his prime.
He's
he's
the
attraction that gets
I don't
people
think
to
his
play for
value.
them. I don't know.
He's 28, right? I think something like that.
I'd have to look it up.
I'm pretty sure he's 28. So next year you're like there's such a huge difference between a 28-year-old player and a 29-year-old player when you're talking about investing them from another team's perspective.
29 to 30 seems to be the cliff. Yeah.
And like defensive linemen are different. You know, their prime usually lasts until they're like 33, 34. And Myles Garrett is an especially special player. So like if I was to trade for him right now, I'd be expecting 5 years of Pro Bowl plus play. You know what I'm saying? And so considering that all the teams that were looking to make defensive line boosts and the amount of like what you saw Dallas give up for Quinnen Williams in New York, like, would the Browns have said no to the Cowboys if they had offered 2 firsts? Like it was the Cowboys gave up a first, a second, and Mozzie Smith, who is a first-round draft pick. So that's he's a late first-round draft pick, but he's a first-round draft pick. So it's essentially 2 firsts and a second for Quinnen Williams. And so if the Cowboys had offered Mozzie Smith and 2 firsts, so essentially 3 firsts for Myles Garrett, would the Browns not have taken that? And I can't imagine that they didn't. I can't imagine that if the Cowboys purchased Quinnen Williams, that they didn't try to get Max Crosby and try to get
I think
Myles
the
Garrett.
Browns think that they're 1 year away. I think the Browns think that they are just a quarterback away, and they've just had some super bad luck.
I feel like they feel like that. every
I don't
year.
feel
like
that
getting
way.
into their head.
I don't feel that way.
No, I don't either, and
I mean-
I think they're stupid to feel that way. But like getting into the Browns' head, like being in their division and just seeing their moves and what they're doing, like that's how I feel. But
And and I'm somebody who likes Cedric Tillman and
no, and Tillman, like you made me look at Tillman a second time. I'm like, wow, this guy has some talent.
He's a beastly looking player when you see him on the field,
fantasy football, you pay attention to Tillman. Like right now, he is not relevant, but he's going to land somewhere, or the Browns are going to get a quarterback, or something's going to happen to where he can be relevant. And you better grab yourself some Tillman because he is going to be.
He's a talented football player.
He's going to be worth more than people think.
He's a talented football player who's willing to work hard. Like his willingness.
And he's got the stats. He's got the body for it, man. He's just
6'3",
good.
215. He's a big boy.
He's good.
He's a big dude.
Next up, my lone wolf pick.
So we all took the Ravens, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Reluctantly, but yeah.
Kansas City at Denver Broncos. Kansas City's -3.5. Over/under is 44.5. -205 if you're betting on the Chiefs. +170 if you're betting on the Broncos.
I'm surprised that they're favored.
Who's favored?
Kansas City.
No, I'm not at all. If you look at the Denver record, who they've beaten
3.5
and who they lost to, like Denver really feels like a paper tiger to me. Like if you're looking at any team that has the X-2 record,
to me,
Denver is the worst. They do not deserve to have that X-2 record.
I disagree with that.
They just happen to have
with
played
that.
the right people.
Because
they've
I
gotten
would
a little lucky.
Because I would take
They are
them.
not as good as the record.
I would take them over New England. I would
not.
I would take them over Philly,
And I'm taking
would
them
not.
over KC.
I would not.
and I'm gonna take them over KC. No, I'm just
Oh
kidding.
my God! Yes. Oh, dang.
I actually,
I was like lone wolf.
I actually am. I am gonna take Denver in this game.
Yeah, me too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's the easiest
And-
lone wolf I've ever had. That's great.
Well, not till the game's over.
It just
Nice.
it
I'll put the hat on this
I-
one too.
it
You want to put the
benefits
hat on
me-
this one? Hat? Hat bet?
No, I don't.
Oh.
No, I don't, because this is more.
I feel really good
and
about
here,
this
let me
one.
explain this one. The reason I don't want to do that is because This is more of a put the positive into the air for me.
Okay.
Because J.K. Dobbins is there's a chance he's gonna miss this game for sure, and there's a chance that he lands on IR, and I'm the guy in our league who invested in R.J. Harvey and has held him
is a
all
hope pick.
season long. He has looked great in the small opportunities that he's been given,
It's funny.
and
He's your Henderson.
he is my Henderson, and I am like, and it's funny because 2 weeks ago, it was anybody who had invested in Travion Henderson is just like pulling their hair out, and RJ Harvey has given you, for what you invested into him, has given you multiple weeks,
yeah.
amazing weeks, and now two
Spot-start
2 weeks
stuff,
later, it's completely the opposite. You wish you had invested in Henderson, and it's just because Harvey hasn't had his opportunity yet. And there's going to be other guys that get the ball for Denver, so I don't expect him to have 25 opportunities. I'm thinking it's going to be more like 18.
I was going to say 15 to 20.
15, yeah. And I think that's what but to me, you give him 15 opportunities and you're going to get 15 to 20 fantasy points. So, I'm super stoked about that. And that's why I am picking the Broncos, because I'm just betting that it's my time, dude. I'm getting hot right now. Getting hot at the right time.
Casey is playing well. They lost some games early that they shouldn't have lost. They had some bad.
Well, here's the thing. I think,
whatnot.
But then they also played a stinker against Buffalo.
Casey has looked solid to me.
I'm going to ignore what you just said.
Yeah, yes, I am. Dude, I'm taking Casey.
I am taking Denver and it is kind of a coin flip for me, but I feel like they weren't doing very good. Right, they weren't doing very good to start, and then they win a game or two, and everybody just thinks, oh, they're back, they're going to the Super Bowl. Yeah, and I'm like, it's not what I see. It's not what I see. I wouldn't say they're back. The dynasty's back, right? I wouldn't say that. And until Denver shows me that they're a terrible team, I think they're just all around doing better. Just
Denver has
all
a
around
multiple
as a
game
team.
lead over KC right now. I would take KC in a bet to win that division. So,
That's
Bowmore?
I'll take a Bowmore. on that.
So Casey and I get every other team.
you get Denver. You
No,
gotta pick
no.
you
I
gotta pick
want
a
LA
team.
too. I want the Chargers too. I want if it's
You said
versus anybody else.
yeah, that's what you said.
You say you did. You said you take KC to win the division over anybody else. So
That's what you said.
we get anybody else. So it's like you're KC and we're anybody else. right? That's how that goes.
Yeah.
Dude, I get it. I'm just saying.
That's what you
like,
said, and that's
if
what we
we're
got
offering
hyped about.
Odds in Vegas, like that's
That's what
even
you
odds.
said,
I'm just
and
saying.
whether I'm not gonna force you to take the
This is
bet.
not
I'm just
Vegas.
saying, like that's my assertion. Like
This
who
is
do you
not
think's
Vegas
better?
casino, man.
I'm just saying.
You're
I'm
making
just
a
saying
bet.
that's what you said. You said everyone else, and that's
Yes.
what got us like what?
Oh, dude, and if you want to do everyone,
That's where we said,
do you want
what?
everyone else and like give me a little bit of odds or a little bit of something? I'm all over it. But I mean,
You're the
come
one that-
on.
you started
I'm
this.
making a bold statement.
Yeah, he
I
started
am
it.
making a bold statement, and you guys are like, "Well, let's
I-
go." You know,
I love
it's
to
bold, but like,
okay,
you gotta give
I
me
love
some
to
odds,
disagree
like,
about.
bold
Listen,
statement.
Oh
I love
my
to
God.
disagree against Ken, but I can't disagree with him on this one. You said,
I said making a bold statement. Like this is bold. Like this is like out of the norm. Like this is bold.
yeah.
And you guys are like, well, all right, 1-1. Like, come on, no, okay.
Okay,
I
so
will still
hold
bet
on,
it,
hold
but
on
I'm
a second,
saying, like,
hold on a
let's make
second.
it right.
That's not okay. So essentially, no. What it sounds like, what I'm hearing here, is because you're not like, not one time, in that little like, tiff or whatever spiel, whatever, did you specifically mention Denver or Los Angeles? So what I'm smelling here,
I'm more scared of Los Angeles.
what
than
I'm
Denver,
smelling
for sure.
here, is that you want us to give you points.
a game or two.
Right, in the form of a game or two.
Yeah.
That's what I'm. Right, you smell that too? Like,
That's what I thought you
You're
meant.
I
right,
thought it
that's-
was Denver versus KC.
that's not what you're the
With
one
a
that said.
two-game lead.
You're the one.
That's
that
what I said.
I would.
You said he'd take him
KC
over the division.
over anybody.
in the division. It's okay.
All right, so what do you want the bet to be? What do you want the bet to be?
What you said.
Yeah, that's it. Either if
What you said.
if KC wins, we'll take a shot. We'll both take a shot, right?
Yeah.
That's your odds. That's your increased odds. It's not
Okay.
just one person. You
Okay,
get two.
okay. So a Bowmore, 1 versus 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will totally take that.
There
Yes.
you go.
Okay.
Now
All
I'm
right,
getting odds.
we're there.
Not
All right.
like no,
Okay.
that's fair.
Write it
Hey,
down. Where's
That's
the post-it
fair.
note?
Yes,
All
write
right.
that shit down.
Where's the post-it note?
It's right there.
Yeah,
It's
but
right
we
in front of
still-
Kevin.
Okay, there you go. Write that shit down. All
I
right.
spilled beer all over it. Damn it.
So primetime games: Detroit versus the Eagles. So Detroit plus 2.5. Over under is 46.5. Plus 120 if you're betting on Detroit. Minus 142 if you're betting on Eagles. I am gonna pick Detroit, but if the moment happens that the Eagles take the lead, I know I'm gonna lose that. I know I'm gonna lose that pick.
Honestly, it's a true coin flip of game. That's why.
Oh no! Okay, yes, but
Dude, so after that Detroit game, I was like, we might as well just go ahead and not watch the rest of the season because Kansas City's going to go to the Super Bowl. They're going to win again. That's how I felt. Like they looked that good.
Kansas City or Detroit?
Kansas City
Okay, so here's the thing about Detroit. Jared Goff has a hard time
on the
coming
road.
back.
He's bad on the
Coming
road.
back, like just if you get ahead of him,
Yeah.
That's
he
not his game.
struggles.
Yeah, right. He's right. He's not a play from behind or on the road quarterback.
So here's the thing: I'm picking Detroit because I think they can jump out in front.
Oh, we're talking about the Eagles and Lions game.
Yes,
sorry.
because I think they can jump out in front. But if they do not, then I'm going to know instantly that we lost. I lost that pick. So
So you're like, so this is one where you know whether you won or not in the first quarter.
yeah, if they jump out in front, yeah.
And man, that Lions offense sure looked good with Dan Campbell calling the plays. It's almost like he knows what to do.
It's almost like he's a good coach.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, and so if they're in a position where you're in a 2-minute drill and you got to come back to win, who's calling the plays?
Oh,
Jared Goff.
oh, well, I mean,
So
Kind
so
of.
Yeah, it's a combination.
kind of. Usually,
no, but that's
'cause they-
when quarterbacks
usually in
step
those- in
up
those
and have
situations-
to like
That's true.
These are my
I
options.
no, I
This is-
agree.
Yeah.
The quarter, there's more on the quarterback in those moments for sure. Absolutely.
last
So,
game up. Let's
yeah,
just-
I'm picking Detroit too. Are we all picking Detroit?
Nope. I am going to now. I was going to. This is a true 50-50 for me, and I was like, guess I'll take Detroit.
Have you seen?
And now that you guys have both taken Detroit, because it's a true 50-50 and because I need to gain ground on you, give me Philly. I'm switching it up.
Nice.
I need Detroit to win. Knock Eagles down a peg, man. Like they're too close. I want Rams to have number 1 seed. I need them to run all the way.
Fair. Yeah.
So next primetime game, Monday night, Cowboys at the
right?
Raiders. Cowboys are only -3.5. Over-unders 50.5. -185 if you're betting on the Cowboys. +154 if you're betting on the Raiders. I just don't think the Raiders can score enough to get you to that over.
I
Except
am also
Dallas has
worried
the
about how
worst
much the
defense
Raiders are
in
going to be able to
football.
score. Right, but like I said, so they added Quinn Williams in the bye week.
They did.
Okay. DeMarvion Overshown is also going to make his season debut
Okay, from the injury or
from injury.
okay,
Right.
nice.
Okay. So we added 2 A+ defensive linemen that have not played for the Cowboys at all this year.
Okay.
Okay. Logan Wilson is going to take over for Kenneth Murray at linebacker, and if you there's a few different people that I follow on either X or Instagram that break down Cowboys film and share the things that piss them off the most all the time. And every week, Kenneth Murray shows up. Every single week. He is so bad. So the Cowboys are getting a huge upgrade at linebacker. And then at corner, they're going to get Siobhan Revel for the first time. And he's a rookie. He's somebody who was projected to go in the top 10 of the draft. And then he tore his ACL in the middle of the season last year. And so he's been recovering. The Cowboys got him in the 3rd round of the draft this year. And we're really excited to have him. For the first time, the Cowboys will have starter-level players at both cornerback positions and nickel.
So the defense is not going to be so bad, which gives me a lot of confidence, honestly, because I was picking Dallas already. But it just seems like, is it just me, or does Jerry just still think that, like, you guys have a chance? Like, it seems like the way, like, the move you made for your defensive player, like, I was just like, that is not the move I would have expected out of Dallas Cowboys. With your record,
he did this.
You expect a move to, like, move into the future, and this was a move for the now,
right?
And I was like, wow.
And if you don't remember, he's done this before. We were almost in exactly the same position. I think it was 2018, and we traded for Amari Cooper. The Cowboys. So like
wasn't that long ago. But
so
yeah.
What happened was, Dez Bryant, like, man, the Dez Bryant saga was just so painful as a Cowboys fan. I hate talking about it. After the 2017 season, they decided to walk away or let Dez go, and they decided they didn't need a wide receiver 1.
Who needs it?
And after a 3-5 start, going into the bye week, they traded a 1st-round pick to the Raiders for Amari Cooper. They finished that season 10-6, made the playoffs, won a playoff game, and then lost to the eventual NFC Super Bowl team, the Rams, and played competitively in that game for like the first 20, 25-ish minutes or something like that. That 2018 Rams team was really good. So it didn't surprise me. And Jerry is like, when you consider the fact that he treats the team like a soap opera, and the most important thing is that people keep watching,
right?
It also makes sense. Because, like, I mean, the Cowboys are the only team in the league that can be like 3-7, and we're still talking about them.
Yeah.
Because they're not mathematically eliminated.
Yeah, there's a few teams. Cowboys, Steelers is one of them too.
Just because it happens so infrequently.
Well, and not just that, but they have such a huge fan base.
It hasn't happened in 20 years.
Their fan base is so big that the media outlets.
It's important for the media outlets to talk about. Right,
yeah.
exactly. Right. So it keeps them relevant. And when you look around, like, all of the other teams have had stumble. Like, honestly, the Rams have looked the best in the NFC. They're the only team to me that hasn't played a crap game.
The Rams look good this year.
Every
Honestly,
other
like,
team in the league
They are
has
my NFC
played a
pick
game
for
where
sure.
you went, they wish they could just erase that.
I noticed the Rams, something in Stafford clicked, and he just stopped throwing interceptions. He was always good for like 1 or 2 a game, and then he just stopped.
Yeah, and that is the big difference. Is he's got
just
two.
got that venture,
two
veteran,
on the entire year
veteran
right now.
mentality. Like he is just, I don't know, like he just everything's clicked. Like he understands the game as a veteran, as somebody who's been the quarterback for 20 years, 15 years, whatever.
To
it
me,
is.
Stafford's been, like you can go back to 2021, and like the stuff that he did with the Rams was like, it was so validating.
Well, there's
because
a reason
you
why
knew
McVay was so
you
excited
knew
to get him.
how talented Stafford was. You always had an idea
Yeah.
that he might be the best quarterback in the league. And then when he finally got into a position where he didn't have to do everything all the time, it really clicked, and you think of Stafford as one of the best quarterbacks in the league for sure. And he's having the best year of his career.
And I picked him up off the waiver wire for $0.
Not in this.
You do
league,
that
but
every year. Every single year,
the
Matthew
question
Stafford
for you
is on
what
your
are you
roster.
going to do with Jackson? That's the question. Are you just going to sit with him on your bench?
If I can't get a good deal for him, yeah,
I would. That's what I would do.
Yeah, I can't get a good deal for him.
If I couldn't get a deal that I felt like made my team better,
Yeah,
then I wouldn't do it.
Well, of course, it has to make your team better. I mean,
Right.
Why else would you?
Because
do
you're
it?
definitely making someone else's team better.
and he's the hot hand. He
But
outscored.
if
He
you
outscored
don't-
him again.
It's so funny.
on your
That was so
bench,
funny.
it's just-
Okay. Hold on, I'm sorry. This one was you and I were playing against each other, and we got to the end of the morning games, and it's funny because like on the podcast last week I was like, yeah, I saw that you're looking to start Stafford, and I got to tell you, if you're still starting Stafford on Sunday morning, I'm gonna be really excited about that. And then we got to the end of the 10 o'clock games, and I was like, man, I really wish he had started Lamar Jackson. But yeah,
Let's wrap it up, huh?
yeah, we got one more game, right?
No, that was it.
Was that it?
That was it.
We all picked the Cowboys.
Yeah, I picked the Cowboys.
Interesting.
And everybody, we will see you next week. Later.
All right. Thanks for joining us.